What is up, guys? It's your boy Rick Kakis, and today we are going to be showcasing the Furies 3 exotic pulse rifle within Destiny Rising, the brand new Destiny mobile game that has just had its worldwide official release. And I wanted to go over this exotic because this is the first exotic weapon that many players will get on their accounts. And so, let's get started. Now, yes, I'm making a bit of Destiny Rising content because I've been having a ton of fun playing it on my PC with the emulator that you can just download from the official Destiny Rising website. If you guys want to see a video on that, let me know in the comments section. But I've been playing it, and again, I just want to have an overview of this weapon. The Furies 3 is very important because this is actually the weapon that you get from the Battle Pass. So, as you can see right here, this will unlock at level 10 for the premium version of the Battle Pass. And of course, you can buy tier skips to get right to level 10 pretty much immediately. But if you are a free-to-play player, you also will get this weapon, but it's all the way at level 50 of that same Battle Pass. Now, importantly, if you're coming from Destiny 2, the way to increase your Battle Pass in Destiny Rising is very different. In Destiny 2, you increase it from experience from any source, so just playing the game will progress your Battle Pass, or Premium Pass as it's called now. But in Destiny Rising, as you can see, you have to do the Battle Pass quests, and there's both weekly quests and act quests. These are the only things that will progress your Battle Pass. And importantly, for the weekly quests, these are actually repeatable. So you can see right here, there's one that says use support characters to complete a total of 3 adventures. I've claimed this 2 times. So that does mean I can put on a support character and do strikes, which are an adventure or the one strike that's available over and over and over and over again, and I will just keep completing this and progressing my Battle Pass. Now, there may be an upper limit as to where this stops, but again, this will let you farm these weekly quests to progress your Battle Pass faster. But regardless, let's take a look at the weapon. It has 2 exotic perks. The first one is Neural Currents. When firing repeatedly, this gun's firing rate can gradually increase to 540. Now, very importantly, it just says firing. You don't have to do any damage to any enemies for this to trigger, it will just naturally do it. And just watch this clip to see exactly how fast your fire rate gets. Yeah, this thing is cooking near the end of the magazine, and remember, this massive increase to fire rate does not decrease damage in any way, so your time to kill is phenomenal when again you reach that maximum fire rate cap. Now, on top of that, guys, your next exotic perk is War Machine Learning. Consecutive strikes will surround the target with criticality points. Hit these points to deal higher damage. So, here's how this actually works in-game. As you're shooting a target, and don't think this is only going to work against big bosses, it'll actually trigger against red bars because it will appear actually pretty early when continuously shooting a single target, but you'll notice a red sphere appear around these targets as you can see in the background gameplay, and then you will just start to do, again, bonus damage. So, as you can see, I'm doing around 121 damage for a precision hit against, this strike boss. And then when the sphere appears and I'm shooting within that sphere, then I'll do around 155 damage for every single shot. So you're doing more damage for just body shots or really any shot than you were getting from a precision shot. So this combined with the rate of fire increase means that the Furies 3 does an insane amount of DPS for an infinite ammo primary weapon. Like, you're gonna see in the background gameplay just how fast this thing melts yellow bars, mini bosses, and even bosses. It is crazy. Especially because this weapon is more forgiving than I initially thought it would. Now, when you read the exotic perks, again, you think, okay, I have to like use this against big bosses and I have to constantly shoot that boss with a full magazine to get these in effect. But as you've probably noticed in the background gameplay, this will easily trigger these exotic perks against multiple enemies. And there is a lot of forgiveness in the timer. So what that means is that I can shoot a couple of enemies, I start to ramp up the rate of fire, and then I can fully walk around the corner not shooting, and then when I start to shoot more enemies around that corner, I still have that massively increased rate of fire. There is, again, that moment of forgiveness where you can not shoot and still maintain the increased rate of fire from the exotic perk. So again, when you're going from enemy to enemy to enemy, you're cranking up the rate of fire and you are melting enemies near the end of that magazine. With that being said, you might be wondering, well, wait a minute, can you shoot through the first half of the magazine and then just wait? And then, you know, if you're against other real players in like a PvP game mode or like the Gambit type game mode, can I just fire off half my magazine and then when I encounter a player, I just mow them down with that increased rate of fire? Well, you actually might be able to, as long as you're getting close to them as you're shooting the first half of the magazine. Because as you can see right here, if you pause for too long, you will have to restart your rate of fire. It will start slow again if you pause for too long. But again, with that being said, there is a lot of forgiveness. Now, the one downside of this weapon is straight up, it sucks in the first few bursts. It literally does nothing. It is a normal pulse rifle when you are shooting the first few bursts, and only when the rate of fire and the increase to damage start to kick in later in the magazine does it become absurd. Now, to be honest, that isn't the worst downside, except for, again, if you are in something against real players where those first few bursts matter the most, yeah, it might not actually be the best, or you will have to pre-fire to get an advantage from this weapon. But in PvE, man, it is so good because, again, when you crank it up, it does so much extra damage that you are schmelting through bosses, mini-bosses, etc., as I said. Now, there's one other kind of big caveat for this weapon, and that is the fact that it is a pulse rifle, and the way Destiny Rising works, certain characters are locked behind certain kinds of weapons. So the only character I have right now, and I have like 2 mythical characters and stuff, it's not like I have no characters, the only character I have that can use this weapon is going to be Kabar. Luckily, you actually get Kabar as part of the main storyline. So every single person will get Kabar and therefore will be able to use this exotic weapon. So that is very good. How is Kabar with this exotic weapon? Well, I actually think Kabar is like overall a pretty darn decent character, especially when you start to rank up his talent tree, which isn't hard to do because you get the one automatically. So if you ever pull another one, you just get like another guy, right? So he actually unlocks getting 2 of his like blinding blast skill, like 2 charges, which is really good. But why I like him with this weapon specifically is that this exotic weapon is so good if you're playing weapon focus. Like if you're just trying to take down every yellow bar with your weapon, you're cranking up that rate of fire, you're increasing the damage, and you are melting. And with Kabar, his barricade skill is perfect for that. As you can see in the background gameplay, again, you put down that barricade, you can shoot through it while enemies can't really hit you, and you are using this pulse rifle in the exact method of gameplay that the pulse rifle wants you to use it in, which is just cranking yellow bars while you're behind this barricade protected. Like, so that is actually perfect for the kind of playstyle this exotic pulse rifle wants. So Kabar actually very good when paired with this pulse rifle. And so guys, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it informative. If you did, please remember to help me out by simply liking and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny Rising content, let me know in the comment section down below. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, make sure to follow me on Twitter at RickKakis, that's linked in the description down below. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.